I love nature because it's brutally honest, and its honesty is amazingly beautiful. Be that as it may, one of the cruelest things on earth is the power old people have over young people. It would seem that old people make laws and edicts just to punish young people for the joys and delights that they, old people, can no longer enjoy. Now you know why there are so many anti-sex laws. The attitude of these old people, these lawmakers, so to speak, is this: if I can't enjoy sex, then neither should you young dudes and young gals. 1 in 6 older teenagers enjoy sex and enjoy showing and sharing their sexual attributes. So, old people have made laws that to do so, for boyfriends and girlfriends to share intimate and personal messages and to visually share their sexual wares will make them sexual deviants. There are states where the police monitors their communications and then charge them when they get a little older as sexual perverts. We, for the most part, are in this world because of the delight and joy of sex between consenting adults. As a teenager, you may well wonder why the hypocrisy. Where is the outcry from the adults who are supposedly intelligent and honest enough to overcome these mean old people? Excellent questions all. But these so-called intelligent, passionate, and kind, mature adults have been silenced by money and peer pressure. They need their jobs, and they need their neighbors to think of them as being holy. For example, sex for money is encouraged within the confines of marriage, but you will get arrested without approved legal contracts of marriage. So, women marry men with money for their money, and that's the way it is for many. When you, free-spirited teenager that you are, grow up, you too will understand how easy it is to sell your soul for money and for acceptance. By the way, don't believe that I'm not for marriage. I am. Without marriage there will be total chaos, and I have been married for 27 years. My problem is with the honesty of the system. One of my ancient heroes happened to be Solomon. My favorite books in the Bible are the Proverbs, Song of Songs, and Ecclesiastes. The rest of the Bible are interesting tales, made-up stuff, borrowed myths and legends, and rewritten epics. Not to say that one cannot learn from these tales, or for that matter gain insights into one's moral fiber. The point is this: Solomon is a hero. Dead or not, he still has a lot to say to me and you. Needless to say, Solomon's fame was far and wide. Even the Queen of Sheba could not believe what she saw when she visited King Solomon. She thought that Solomon's wives were extremely fortunate to have Solomon as a husband. Solomon, by the way, had 700 wives and over 200 concubines, 300 to be exact. He loved sex. His father, David, also was a highly sexual being. You know what David did? He killed tens of thousands of people, some to get their foreskins. True. Yes, he was the same David that killed the giant. He killed a man just to take his wife. Romantic, eh? Yet God himself said that David was a man after his own heart. That's right. It would be hard to find another man that God loved more than David. Why? Because David was honest, and because David followed his own heart. It would seem that all great men that we admire and worship love sex. It is the driving force. It comes part and parcel as to what makes them great. Women love these highly charged jocks. In our time, great athletes are highly charged sexual beings, and we love them. But then the hypocrisy I spoke of earlier comes into play, and we, as cowards, will always buy into the hype of the media and chastise our great beings for being natural. Look, El Hombre, the rich athlete, is a great catch for any woman. And here you can put the name of any athlete that you wish, really. The story is always the same. And when he finally finds his La Niña and marries her, she will give him all the sex he wants until she's sure that she has him and she has his money. Then she starts to turn him away sexually. He is still the same highly sexual charged man, so he finds his release in the arms of other women. See, La Nina is very aware that the cowards, the media, will always be on her side, which, when the divorce finally comes, and it always does, he will give her even more money. I told you, that's perfectly acceptable. Sex for money in a marriage is the way of life. Now would be a good place for me to mention this obvious fact. This scenario that I have related does not apply to all marriages, of course not. As a matter of fact, I would even go as far as to say that it applies to just a small percentage of the marriages. The important thing here is that it does happen frequently. Can married people stay together and still enjoy sex to the max? Of course, but it takes honesty, a good sense of reality, the intelligence to not be influenced by the media or your peers, and the courage to not be pushed over by people that you think are friends. Go to my website and listen to my podcast on marriage, and I really get into what a marriage really is there. Here's the deal. As a teenager, you should know this. Adults do not always know what they are talking about, and 9 out of 10 times they are stupid and or dishonest to lead you properly. You, personally, have to take the responsibility of your own life and future. First, learn who you are. Self-discovery is the greatest quest of all. Next, develop the courage to be who you are, no matter what. If you discover that you're a bum, then by all means be a bum, but do so honestly. If on the other hand you discover that you are brilliant, then be brilliant, without any remorse or without excuses. And finally, surround yourself with like-minded people, with people who are like yourself in intelligence and passion. And above all else, be true to yourself. God loved David above all people because he was honest and true to himself. The truth is, many websites will refuse to run this video because they will consider it X-rated, even though you'll see a lot worse on television and you can read a lot worse in the Bible, and there is no age limit as to who may purchase a Bible. But like everything else, what is considered sexual or not sexual depends entirely upon commerce.